Hello, folks. Welcome back to The Slice. Grigor Dimitrov won the World Tour Finals today. I'm going to break down the match for you and tell you how I think this win is going to affect the rest of his career here on The Slice. Wow. So I don't know if you guys watched the match today, but it was crazy. David Goffin and Dimitrov put on an absolute show for the world to see. It was crazy tennis, just super athletic, fast guys running around the court, doing their thing, both playing really well, and it was a tight match the whole time. At the end there, Dimitrov had 3 break points, which were also match points, and he couldn't pinch it out. And then David Goffin won like 5 points in a row. And then there's 5-2 or 5-3 at that point, and Dimitrov was serving it out, and that's when you can tighten up. But he stuck with it, and he won, and it was super crazy. You could see how emotional it was for him when he was crying on the floor after he won. But I got stoked because I've been a long-time Dimitrov fan, and this is the biggest win of his career. It's a huge victory. This is bigger than a Masters 1000. The World Tour Finals have only been won by the big 4 guys, Murray, Federer, Nadal, Djokovic, for the last 15 years. That's the only people who have won it. So huge win for him because this is like an elite crop getting to the World Tour Finals and especially winning it. Now, I think the reason that this is so big for Dimitrov is because as far as his career goes, I'll break down the match in a little bit here, but as far as his career goes, he won Cincinnati. I was there. I think I had a little bit of a helping him do that with mental support. But that win, as well as the World Tour Finals, people criticized the Cincinnati win because he didn't have to play anyone inside of the top 15 to win it. He also didn't have to play Federer or Nadal at the World Tour Finals, or Djokovic or Murray, obviously, because they were injured. But I think that winning these big tournaments this year, especially the World Tour Finals, are going to give him the mental experience and the winning experience to beat those big guys in the big matches, in the big tournaments in the future. So next year, I think that Dimitrov, because of the experience of winning these tournaments, he'll be able to win a major next year. I honestly think he could do it. And he's going to be able to beat Djokovic or Murray or Nadal when they come back, and Federer maybe even in the semifinals of a major, and to make it to the final and then actually get over the hump and win it. We saw this with Murray. He had such a long time before he could actually get over the hump. He's made it to 11 major finals, but only won 3. So he lost a lot in the finals. But I think for Dimitrov, winning the World Tour Finals, which is huge, is going to, like I said, give him that mental experience to get over the hump and make a big impact next year in 2018, which is shaping out to be a crazy year, by the way. Goffin, I was like, this guy is a killer now. Jack Sock's playing unreal. All these young guys are kind of stepping up, and Djokovic, Murray, Wawrinka, they're all going to be coming back. Federer and Nadal are playing great. Everyone's going to be coming back, and I think 2018 could be one of the best years for men's tennis of all time. But yeah, the match today, I didn't actually watch the whole match. I tuned in at the end, but Goffin looked like he was playing well, and Dimitrov obviously was. I was just blown away by how some of the points at the very end were so good. They were running around the court, they're covering the entire court, net play and just from the baseline, just really clean ball striking. And it honestly seemed like those were the 2 best players this tournament to meet. And I'm glad they met in the finals because except for it's funny because they played earlier, if I'm not mistaken. Goffin played earlier in the tournament and got murdered by Dimitrov. So it's interesting to me that, and then Goffin picked up his level an insane amount against Federer, obviously beating him. And then in the final, they just both were at top form. And then Dimitrov, I think, just is the better player, has more weapons, and he really showed it. And I'm really stoked for him because, as we all know, he's had a rough go in his career. Just in the last couple of years, really dipped down, and he had so much potential at the beginning. We've talked about this before on the Slice, but for him to come out and have these big wins this year at Cincinnati, the World Tour Finals, and he won Brisbane earlier in the year, and Sofia had a couple other wins. Really big year in his career, and this could be the turning point to put him into that next level. There's the level with Murray's kind of there, but definitely Djokovic, Federer, Nadal have made it to their all-time great status, and Murray's right up there with them. But Dimitrov, this is the year that could catapult him to get into that level. Could catapult him into that Wawrinka level, which is kind of halfway between the very top guys and then everyone else. He's halfway between. I think Dimitrov's going to pop up there next year, and these wins are going to be a big factor in him doing that, giving him that mental winning experience, the champion's mentality of, I've been here, I've done it before, I've won big tournaments, and I can do it again. So watch out for Grigor Dimitrov in 2018. Thanks for watching, folks. Go to the website, theslicetennis.com. We got a lot of great more articles coming for you from all over the world. We got one from Waterloo, Kenya, Taipei or Taiwan or something like that. They're going to be great, so stay tuned. and listen to the podcast. The Slice Tennis podcast is where I really get into the details of things because I talk for like half an hour. And I want to answer your guys' questions. So leave the questions in the comments that we should, what do you think I should talk about on the podcast? And then I'll mention you on the podcast for asking them if we decide to talk about them. So thanks for your support. Thanks for your support and keep being great.